Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading. We're going to ask who you really are, Sagittarius. I'm getting into the shadows of the Middle Ages Oracle deck, and then we're going to get into the Tarot of Positive Clarity. We're going to ask specifically who you really are, how others actually perceive you, what others get wrong about you, and how this affects you in relationships, Sagittarius. All right, Saggies. You know what? I sat down to do your reading, and as I was getting the cards together, you know that old Coca-Cola song? It's been going through my head, like as I sat down to do your reading. I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love. I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I like to buy the world a Coke and keep it as my company. I don't know. Isn't that funny? I totally have that song in my head for your reading. That's interesting. I think it's actually a really sweet song. You know, shit, the stuff will rot your teeth out, but it's a really sweet song. It's sweet, haha, sweet song. Okay, who you really are, how others actually perceive you. I think there's something in that song for you. I don't know. Okay, who you really are. You are a Sawan. Sawan. You are a veil looker. A veil looker througher. That's who you are. You are a looker through the veiler. You talk to dead people. You literally talk to... It's funny. Dead people have been coming into my dreams lately. November 1. Maybe you're... No, that's Scorpio. No, that's Scorpio energy. That's really interesting, though. This is Scorpio. Scorpio energy here, big time with this. I don't know. Maybe that's even like directing to the Scorpio reading. Maybe there's something specific there that might be connecting to you that you might find relevant. There's definitely somebody who is very spiritual. You are contacting like those that are, for the most part, no longer here. I think you also have a strong connection with your ancestors. I think you are very strongly connected with your ancestors, and there are actually some that could actually be guide for you. This is who you really are. Yeah, if you think about it too, like, there's probably a lot more going on in the spirit world than in the 3D world. I mean, there are like 8 billion of us here, and then all the animals too. But spirit is infinite. Like, there's a lot, you know, so in a way you kind of tap into a lot more. You have access to a lot more than what, you know, the average Joe or Jane has access to. All right. How do others actually perceive you? The Tower. I want to say people perceive you as someone who kind of keeps to yourself. Someone who keeps to themselves. You might have like kind of boundaries between yourself and other people, or, you know, you could be off doing things and people just really have no idea what it is that you're doing. The Tower is a very isolating card, though. It is kind of, okay, it's interesting. It could even be people perceive you as the Tower. It's funny. It's kind of coming across like the Tower in the Tarot. A major change, a game changer. People perceive you as a game changer. And who you are, who you actually are, is someone who kind of sees on through the other side of the veil. I think you're literally someone who talks to dead people. I think like when I say that, I'm feeling like very ancestral energy here. Like you might have ancestors here that you converse with, or that are part of like your spirit team or something like that too. And you're a game changer. That's how people see you. This Tower card, because it's not like, this isn't really a destructive. It's talking about kind of being on your own and being isolated. There could be, I think it does. This is also, let me see. I think it says something about institutions too, which is kind of funny. It has a bit of, that would give it a bit of sort of like a Hierophant feeling. The Tower card represents isolation, solitude, and boundaries. See? Yeah, we touched on that. It signifies a sense of being separate or withdrawn from others, often due to self-imposed limitations or a need for personal space. The Tower card can also indicate institutions, bureaucracy, or established structures in society. It suggests the need to create healthy boundaries in your life, to take time for introspection, and to evaluate the structure of systems might be influencing your experiences, set boundaries for your interests, and take time to rest alone in order to replenish your energy. I can almost say, like, you could literally be somebody who works, you could work for the government, like, when I say, institutions and bureaucracy, like that, you could. That's, like, that's a perception people have, so they're seeing you as that, but it's really funny. It's, like, too, like, when you are maybe even isolated, you're in a different world, man. You're, like, really in a different world here. I think you might have some really specific spiritual practices that you engage in on a regular basis also. Okay, what do others get wrong about you? Clover, you are lucky. Which is funny, because I said there's this perception of being kind of like the Tower, as in the Tower moment in the tarot. Like, something really gets shaken up here, something really changes. There's a bit of catastrophe that enters people's lives when you walk through. It could be, I mean, you could also, because you have this, like, as who you are, a definition of who you really are is this Samhain energy. So, I don't know, like, you could, Spirit could do things through you also. Whatever goes on, like, whatever you do, it's, you're working with the heavens in a way, right? You're working with the heavens in a way. But it's kind of like some people might perceive this as, well, that could be it, isolated. Like, even when you're there, you may seem like you're not there. Like, it might seem like you're somewhere else. You're connected into another realm, into another place. But I'm kind of feeling like some people associate maybe big changes that have come into their lives when you entered their life, or maybe you did something that caused, like, a big change, and they might perceive it as not being so lucky, but it actually is really lucky. You are lucky. You're like a lucky charm. That's what it is. How this affects you in relation, the tornado, relationships, the tornado, chaos, destruction, how that affects you. What's going on? The tornado. How this affects you in relationships with people. I just get wrong about you. Luck. A 4-leaf clover. Don't look a gift. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, right? I don't know why. That's so funny. I think okay. I think I remember hearing, like, what specifically that means. And it has something to do with, often, like, when you're looking at farm animals and such, you'll look in the mouth to see the health of the teeth, to see, yeah, to see the health. That's interesting, to see the health of the teeth. But because if an animal has a lot of rotten teeth or doesn't have a good mouth, it's not going to eat well, it's going to be problems. So the whole animal could look amazing, right? But then, yeah, so don't look a gift horse in the mouth. There's something wrong with it. But that's almost like a perception here. The whip ship phoenix. Whip ship phoenix. Okay. You have whip shift phoenix. So kind of like forced. No. The whip in the ship. That's giving me a weird vibe. Kind of like a slave trade period, no? And the phoenix. Something was forced onto you, and you're rising above that period here. You're also, yeah, something you're finding after having to do something or things against your will or be taken against your will. What the fuck is that? Some of you might even be looking into some sort of ancestry here. Just giving you a better idea about yourself. And like some of you actually literally might be descendants from slaves. That's very curious. I feel like you're learning about yourself. Maybe you're connecting with your ancestors. Well, I really have that Coca-Cola song strong in my head. I'd like to give the world a Coke. Okay, I like to teach them a song. Perfect harmony. Okay, who you really are, I saw one. You are justice. A bunch of cards fell out. They all fell out face down, but one came up upright. Justice. You are justice. You are spiritual justice. Huh. You are spiritual truth. Very interesting energy. It's kind of funny, like even Sagittarius. Yeah, I want to say I perceive Sagittarius. Your perception here is very strong. You have higher information. It's almost like you have access to higher information. Because of this here, there is something very specific for someone here. Now, I'm going to say for all of you, so hear me out here. I think some of you here, you are a direct descendant to someone or even multiple people. When I say multiple, like, you know, could have been both parents, probably likely, right? To slave trade here. I just really get that with this card. The whip kind of gives me that too sometimes. The whip and the chain in this deck, I kind of get like, you know, just being forced to do things against your will. Free will is such an important aspect of our existence, and that is a big no-no karmically, right? Morally, everything. Some of you are direct descendants here. Your soul is rising up to something, and you are correcting a wrong in this lifetime. It's almost like you're correcting something that was wrongfully done to your descendants. Now, like, right, some of you I'm getting like that is directly through slavery here. Some of you too could be indigenous, and there was something here that was done to you incorrectly. You were forced out of your home. Yeah, in this lifetime, you are making like a huge karmic and soulful correction ancestrally, like an ancestor root. I want to say that everybody, though, there's something that's gone on here for your ancestors, and you're the one rising above in this lifetime. Those are pretty significant cards for who you are. You might even, oh my gosh. There might even be something that was, some of you may have, okay, this is a past life where others conspired against you to your demise. And that is being corrected in this lifetime. You might even have flashes of memory here. Maybe they come through in dream. Maybe you meditate. I'm sort of feeling like you, yeah. It's kind of like rising from the dead is a big sort of energy with this, but Solomon Justice. How interesting is that, right? The King of Wands. The World. And the Seven of Wands. You have ended something with someone here. And you're, with the Seven of Wands, it feels like you're protecting that ending. You've ended either, or this is like, it could be some type of leadership role, very dynamic and creative, inspiring leadership role here, okay? That's ended for you. And now it's almost like you're a defender. A defender of justice? Right? I'm just telling you what I'm seeing here. This is pretty interesting. Some sort of wrong happened to you. Either this King of Wands was connected to that, and you've ended that, and you're protecting that ending. You're guarding that gate. Like nobody's coming past that. That energy's not coming through again. Yeah. How others actually perceive you. Now that's interesting. The Tower. Let's see what card comes out with that. The High Priestess. Spiritual isolation. Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, it doesn't change anything that I've already said. Because, I mean, it's really also touching on the fact that it feels like you're kind of connected to heavenly forces here. There's things that might go on, you know, in environments that you are interacting with. And some people might interpret this as like catastrophic change and, oh my God. But, geez, no, it's also very spiritually driven here. What is really strong here is people have people perceive you as highly spiritual. Highly. That is here. Like, and who you really are. But people also, they perceive you as this. But it's almost like a surprise. That's the other thing too, like a real surprise. So I don't know if something has happened or unfolded, and some people have gone, oh my God, I had no idea they were like that. I didn't have any idea people could even be like that. I thought that was just sort of like Hollywood boo-boo stuff. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. There's also like, whatever you're doing, people don't have a fucking clue. Like, they don't know what you're up to. With the High Priestess, is like big secrets hidden, and the Tower is isolated. Yeah, okay. What else do we have with that? The Fool. How others perceive you. To a fresh start. The Nine of Pentacles with a financial backing. And the Five of Swords. Oh. I feel like people perceive you here as taking some steps. It's almost like you're financially secure. You have some type of financial backing or independence. You have some type of independence here from something that used to keep you small. You've claimed independence against something that used to keep you small. People don't know what you're up to. That's for sure. People don't know what you're up to. But there's something shocking about you. Like unexpected. Wow. I had no idea Sagittarius was like that person, or I don't know, like what, like something otherworldly has taken place here that has made people kind of go, whoa, wait a second. I had no idea. I want to say too, there could be something, some sort of pattern, or maybe some sort of bureaucracy that you broke open here. Like you're perceived as having done that. Very interesting, Sagittarius. Okay, what others get wrong about you is clover. Okay, the other thing that I'm saying here too is it's not just luck. Whatever you've done here in life, whatever's happened, it's not just luck. I feel like I want a Coca-Cola now. I am not promoting any products. I don't know why that song is coming in. Okay, clover. The 8 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. What others get wrong about you? You've had an uphill battle. Jeez. No, you definitely haven't had luck on your side all the time. That's for sure. This is giving me the vibe of it's almost like, you know, just missed someone. Like, or just missed something. Timing was off. Couldn't get them. Couldn't catch your hand before you fell into the abyss. And then, like, even feeling isolated and alone. And I feel like you kind of make your own luck, too. The 6 of Cups. The Queen of Swords. The Death card. What people get wrong about you. Wisdom. Something here about wisdom that's been passed on to you. Yeah. What are you doing? You are, not only are you justice. Now, I kind of got this before. Hear me out on how I'm going to say this. Because it's like falling under very strong Scorpio energy with justice, it feels like revenge. It feels like revenge. You could be like avenging something that is wrong. It's wrong, some sort of wrong that's been done to you, but it doesn't feel like just you. It feels like ancestral here. And you're avenging that. This is not just luck. Things are not just left up to luck with you. Like, you take action. You have sort of like a deeper level of guidance here. That's what it is. It's not, oh, okay. Okay, it's almost like you make decisions or you make choices here. You do things that at times really work out for you. And people think, man, Sagittarius is really lucky. But this is, okay, this is giving me that ancestral vibe again, right? Like the apple symbolizing knowledge and it being passed from a mother to a daughter. That could be something very specific too. Like you could be a feminine and your mother may have passed information down to you. This could be the ancestral link here to something. There's some type of knowledge that is passed to you from your ancestors, right? And we're picking you up as somebody who accesses your ancestors through the veil. Queen of Swords, Death card. Seeing beyond the veil. It's not just luck. You see beyond the veil. That's what people get wrong. So they perceive you. So now I'm kind of feeling like there might not be as much spiritual perception here that people have of you as I was sort of thinking. I think this High Priestess energy is looking more and more like just, I have no idea what Sagittarius is doing. I haven't seen Sagittarius in a while. I don't know what they do up there in that room by themselves. I don't know. I mean, I think some people do, but okay. How this affects you in relationships. The Tornado. Oi. It's like, okay, you're the one, you kind of, it's almost like you come in peace. You don't come with any desire or intention here to cause chaos or disruption to anyone or anything. If that does happen as you enter a situation or a scenario, it's honestly, I feel like, well, the universe, your ancestors, God guided you there, and things needed to change. There needed to be changes that happened, right? This is not you. It's just heaven working through you. But the thing is, this is almost like others cause chaos, which is funny, but they almost perceive, I would say, I don't, do they? Yeah, a bit of that tower. They feel a bit like you're the chaos, but you're really not. I'm really also being drawn here as I look to this, like all the apples, obviously, right, laying on the ground. And she's passing this apple. Some of you too, if you are highly intuitive here, if you have some type of a psychic ability here to communicate beyond the veil, you inherited that from your mother. Tornado, how this affects you in relationships. The Eight of Wands. The Devil. The Page of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is really giving me the vibe here that there's some sort of something about your free spirit here that people try to contain. Now, they may physically try to contain it. They may try to stop you from going and doing certain things, or from leaving relationships or leaving environments. And that, like, that's coming across as a form of, manipulation, obviously. It could be through people's heart spaces. Like, you could also be a bit of a heartbreaker with this Eight of Wands energy, like the arrows. I feel like you cause emotional, you can also cause emotional chaos in people. It's kind of, yeah. The Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So you're kind of like wise beyond your years, regardless of how old you are, with this Samhain energy and justice. Like, really, you have access to information and knowledge that a lot of people just don't have. So when you're in conversation with other people, they're going to seem like you're going to feel like you are sort of like a university student talking to like, like a 6th or grade 1, something like that, right? Like, there's a big difference here between the knowledge that backs, I guess, your beliefs, your understanding, your choices and directions here compared to others. I feel like there's also something that goes on here where some people have done something to you that is giving you great anguish. Some of you might at times have like a few drinks here because there's a lot of stress and you need to numb out. Yeah, it's not coming across like an addiction or anything like that, but maybe it could be for some of you. It's literally coming across as like feeling trapped and there's nothing that you can do. I don't know why that here, how that's happening to you in relationships, like feeling trapped and there's nothing you can do. How? As I say that, the Five of Wands, like, it's like this person is feeling trapped. What can you do? How can you get past? You can do like a George Costanza and knock all the kids out of the way. Fire! think it was an old lady too. All right. What was this King of Wands energy? I want to say in the past, because the World card followed it, so it's like, no, not no more. The World, the Four of Cups, the Moon, and the Five of Cups. This is almost like a period where there was, I think, a strong sense of self-confidence that got changed here. It's really funny. Like, I'm getting something in this reading, like it's somehow how your other people, how they react to you really affects you. And their reactions are not necessarily connected to truth, which causes like a lot of disruption and sadness on your part. Maybe even causes you to have to like really tap into this Samhain energy. Seven of Wands. There's that guarded energy. Guarded. If she gets up there, there's 6 wands at the top of that hill. I don't even know what order this came out. The Star, the King of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the Death card, and the 8 of Pentacles. It's honestly, it feels like you're reclaiming something. You're something here that is meant for it's yours. It's meant for you, that you should. Why did it something? I don't know why something. I don't 100% understand why something ended here, but it is a period of where you feel kind of like on top of the world, and that comes to an end. And it's funny, I would say on top of the world, you have the World card here twice. The Star is like this, it's coming across as like a recognition or some sort of calling, and you moved away from it, but you're rebirthing or you're rebirthing how you've done something, how you've worked on something. You're protecting that. And maybe that's what this isolation energy is. Maybe maybe there's something that you're working on here for yourself, and people can't see that because you are being both guarded. I don't think secretive is the right word. It's just guarded. Justice. The 5 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. This 5, I swear, the 5 of Swords comes out so often. Is it just like an indication that for the most part, we're all wrapped up in lives where it feels like you always have to negotiate a part of yourself here? Whatever that is, I mean, you turn it into a celebration. It could even be like walking away from something temporarily and coming back to it later, and the timing is right for you. So people don't know what the hell you're up to. Say that. The Tower, there's that, that's the isolation. There's so many cards flying out. You freaking got the High Priestess again. High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, Justice, and the Magician. You were nurturing something. You were nurturing something here. It's just like you and Spirit is working on something. It's you and Spirit. Nobody else knows. Nobody else is doing anything here. You're really like giving this attention. You're giving it your love and your care. Oh no, but that's what the perception is. That's the perception. Well, to some degree, like it looks like you are. Some of you could be hiding that you're getting married. That's good. That could be too. Some of you could be hiding that you're getting married. Like you could go away for a weekend and come back married. I'm not lying. I see that there. Okay, there's a perception here that you are manifesting justice. And you do have justice. I'm going to say, though, I'm wondering if there's a little bit more like you're being instructed to leave something up to spirit, to the universe, to God. And that's kind of what you're doing. But there's a perception here that you're a little more proactive. When I say proactive, like you have your hand in something a little bit more to bring justice into your life. The Fool. People think you are off to new horizons. The Tower. The Two of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. I don't know, maybe something sort of catastrophic happened in your life with the Tower here, like some sort of major change, and you're finding your balance here. You are finding your balance on the way to success. I do, although you are working hard with the Eight of Pentacles. I gotta say, you know, the more that I'm clarifying this, I feel like the perception of you and who you are not too far off. But there's definitely elements of who, you know, who you are and exactly what you're doing that are not known here. The Nine of Pentacles. The Devil and the Six of Pentacles. You just paid the ferryman. That is funny. That used to come into the readings a lot. Like, don't pay the ferryman till you've made it to the other side, right? Because the ferryman is known for wanting full payment halfway there when the water gets rough, and then turning around once they get their payment. Don't pay the ferryman. But this is like you did, and it freed you from something. That's what people hear. They see. That's what they think. There is some sort of something that you've done here that has freed you. I don't know. I'm not really seeing somebody who's not free. Or am I? Is there any? Oh, no, you had this with the Devil. Well, we'll get there in a minute. Okay. Oh, the Devil. There's a Five of Swords. This is that humiliating energy. I really get that from this dude. Like, how can I humiliate you, right? And it's a patriarch, something. Nine of Swords and the Hierophant. Embarrassed. It's like embarrassed about the Hierophant. It's almost like some sort of power or system here has caused you a lot of grief and anxiety. Or the Five of Swords. You're working on what's gone on here. You're working on turning things around for you. I mean, obviously something must have happened here for people to kind of have this perception. You're working to turn that around, that Five of Swords. Clover. Tell me about the Death card. Seven of Wands and the Strength card. See, you're protecting something. You're protecting like a new beginning that you have here. What's this apple with the Six of Cups? Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, Nine of Wands. That's a lot of wands. It's definitely related to you with the Knight too. Has something to do here with communicating your desires. It could also be communicating, I want to say communing. Because you're the Sawan. You like that's who you really are. With the other side. No. But it's like it's tired. With the Nine of Wands, it's tired. Sawan is tired. Oh, maybe some of you are having like something to do with your intuition here, or how you commune with the other side is a little bit tired. You know, there's some really intense astrological shit that's been going on the last little while. Could be connected to that. Huh. Okay. How this affects you in relationships. The devil. I want to look at that. The Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Actually, the Tornado, Eight of Wands. Does even, let me see. Yes, the King of Wands, Judgment, and the Seven of Swords. That almost feels like a weird boomerang or something that got tossed around in a windstorm. King of Wands, Judgment. How it affects you. There's, okay. Something has disrupted what you were doing and kind of like a real strong symbolism of who you are. A strong sense of self. Something disrupted that. It's coming back around again, like this. Okay, also it looks like to me the Samhain energy, because higher knowledge with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, conversing with that energy is tired. The Wand energy looks fatigued in you. And when I say that, I feel like it's kind of like the intuitive part. This is not permanent. Because it's rising up again. It's going to be rising up again. And maybe you're even aware of something here. You understand a truth, something that you've observed, something that you needed to know, kind of like in the 3D. Page of Wands. Five of Pentacles. See, this is some sort of communication that is possibly even broken down here. I feel like it has something to do with your, I don't know, like psychic energy or this Samhain. Samhain is tired. It's coming back though. I feel like it's astrologically connected. Like it's some sort of astrological change that, you know, will change again. The Whip, Ship, Phoenix. Well, there's a part of you here that is rising again out of the ashes. Whew. I'm going to go, okay, who is they? That's a good question. Because I'm going to go, you seem to occupy like so much of this reading. I don't know who they is. I leave that up to God. Who is they? Who is they? So in the extended, I'm going to ask who they really are. So this is like your person, and whatever that person could be. It could be, maybe it's somebody you're going to meet in the future. Maybe it's somebody you're dealing with right now. I leave that up to Spirit. Who they really are, how you perceive them or may perceive them, what you mostly get wrong about them, and what positive or negative ways has this person affected you. And that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Thank you so much, Sag. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.